Hold on, yeah.
Hey guys, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for being awesome.
Happy New Year.
You
Hey,
know they
do you want to record these so that you can put them on the...
It was recording.
Oh, it is recording. Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
Okay, y'all. All right, we're ready. All right. As I was saying before, I was all thrown off with trying to share my screen. We welcoming you all to Ignite, which is Spark. We're fueling our career, and everybody know who everybody is. And basically, Ignite is a monitoring training program designed to equip every participant with the essential to build a successful real estate business. 2 weeks of Ignite. The first 2 weeks are called Spark. And this will set us up to sign contracts, and that's what Spark is. The first 2 weeks is set to do, to get at least a signed contract in the first 30 days so that you can begin to achieve the life that you want to have in real estate. We'll be working on goals every day by building a database, practicing scripts, contacting prospective clients, and getting to know the market. In 2 weeks, we'll establish the core activities and habits that will use the entire that will help us to use the entire real estate career. Follow up with returning agents on their activities. Okay. And we all know what a successful agent. You all can't hear me, right? Okay. We all know what a successful agent do every day: run and grow our business. And I'm just going to basically go over everything because of this is the orientation part of Ignite. Okay. And it's Ignite is set for 4 hours, but 2 hours is 1 hour is what we would do together, and the other is what you would do in just outside and getting to know the market and growing and running your business. It's a 1 hour learning module. We start with our spear, knowing our tools, preparing for success, and our recaps with our ahas. And the other 3, which is the practice section that you'll do on your own, is build your database, script practice, lead generation, and contract practice. Okay. it's saying we have a video to watch. We're not going to watch the video because we have seen this before. And basically what we're going to do, like I said, is just go over everything. What Gary Keller says in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book is nothing else about your business will be as big as an impact as the number of leads that you have. What is Spark? And we just went over what is Spark. It is the, oh, I see. It is the, it's the training program designed to equip each participant with the essential tools that is needed to build and run a successful real estate business. It says the secret to being a successful real estate agent is there is no secret. Success leave clues so we know exactly where we know exactly what successful agents do every day. And that's what we just said, run and grow our business. Each activity on the slides, it's going to go over why it's important that we do the things that we do for our business. The goal of our time here in this model is to learn what successful agents do every day to help have a successful real estate business. Okay. Okay, we said we're not. And I just said what Gary said, nothing else about your business will have as big of an impact as the number of leads that you have. And I want everybody to look in their phones and tell me how many contacts that they have. And basically, what does this quote mean to you?
Well, I have 485, but I need to clean up my phone.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of these are like restaurants and things like that.
Yeah, mine as well.
So
if I've needed it more than one time, it's a contact in my phone.
Exactly.
We have to know that skills don't mean anything without leads to use them on. So successful agents master lead generation first and continue to lead generate every day. This is why we build Ignite around focusing on a successful lead generation habits. Anybody wanted to elaborate on what it is Gary said about the number of leads we have?
It's true. Like you said, the bigger our leads or the bigger our contacts, the more leads we have. And that just fuels our business even more.
And basically, like he said, we can't run a business without
leads.
Exactly. And basically in our 4 weeks of Ignite, we'll learn the foundation for success, including your daily success habits. Your daily success habits are things successful agents do every day, including lead generation. The first 2 weeks are called Spark. Spark is your incubation for success, where you will learn how to set a successful mindset, lead generate, and get the confidence of a seller or a buyer for your first appointment. After learning these foundational material and developing some successful relationships, we'll move to the elementals. The elementals is basically where we'll need to take those appointments that we get them to closing. We're starting to build our database. It makes sense to start with our sphere of influence. Okay. What is your sphere of influence?
Those people in our circle,
Mhm,
friends, family,
mhm. Yep.
coworker.
Right. And basically how we can start with our sphere of influence is basically thinking about people that might have had or has had a life event change that might lead them to move. A lot of things cause people to move. Deaths, marriages, people having babies, um, age, um, different things cause different life events cause people to have to move. So with that, we can see where we want our focus to be. If we say, okay, I've heard a lot of people say they go to weddings, they go to bridal showers, they go to funerals, I mean, not just hang around people's funerals, but it might be somebody you know, and the door might open where you're talking to somebody and you let them know you're in real estate, and there's an open door that, oh, now that mama has died, now that daddy has died, we're gonna have to, sell the house. So that's why it's so important that we start with our sphere of influence, and then we don't have to worry about people on the do not call registry, because the people that are in our sphere, we have permission to call them. Okay. Is it anybody, and I know it's been a year or so now, but is it anybody that you've been hesitant or felt like it's not important that I let them know that I'm in real estate now? If it is, you need to, those are the very people you'd be surprised that has had a life event change, that don't know a realtor right off the top of their head. So you got to put yourself in a position where you're on top of mind. Okay.
Yeah, I let everybody know that. I don't care if I'm in the grocery store. I let everybody know.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay. And we need to go back and see who have we not spoken with in the last 2 weeks. Okay. Spear, starting with your spear. How often does the average person move? Okay, the average person moves every 8 to 10 years. Right after a move, the likelihood that they will want to move again is this lowest point. But after time, they begin to move, likely to look at buying, selling, or moving. And that's where the highest point on this graph is when they're moving. So if you wait, if you sell to somebody and you wait 8 to 10 years and don't reach out to them again, more than likely they're not going to use you, because they're not going to even remember you. They're not going to even buy again with the same person they bought with last time if you don't stay top of mind. The peak of the waves are the moment a person moves. The likelihood of a person moving into uh, is the is where the graph goes up again. Add 5 to 7 people from your sphere that you know will be in the likelihood that has moved and would be probably in the 8 to 10 years thinking about moving again. Think about people that you know recently moved. And if they've moved recently, you continue to reach out to them. And then in the 8 to 10 years, they'll probably be thinking about it again. Now, some people stay longer, but this is the average. Okay. How would you feel if your friend only called you when they wanted something from you? Would you like that, or would you think they really cared about you? So you want to do the same with them. You want to continuously reach out to them, that they know that this relationship is not just, the communication is not just because you want them to buy or sell with you. Because if you continuously stay in contact with them and keeping in mind the forward method, it'll just be mere conversation, checking in, checking on the family, how's everything going with work, and just keep building that relationship. I mean, you're already there and you're going to be there when they need you again, not just you reaching out to them when you know they're in that peak time frame to get ready to buy. Okay. Do you trust people that you think care about you more with your money, or do you want to talk to them? And do you want to talk to them and do business with them? Sure, we do. Okay. You want to stay top of mind, as we was just saying, as their realtor of choice consistently. Even if a person has just bought or sold a home, stay in touch with them so you're the realtor of choice for their next move. Okay, we're going to practice calling our sphere of influence. But before we do that, let's review some important rules. And we know about the do not call list. That's what they're saying, okay? The do not call registry. We want to make sure we're very familiar with that. And when you say, okay, I have not talked to some of the people in my sphere of influence in a while, how do I even start? Okay. And you heard me mention a few minutes ago about the Ford method, the FORD. You start with family, occupation, recreation, and what's the last one?
Dreams.
Okay. You've covered, I mean, that can be so short and sweet, but you've covered basically everything. One thing or another will lead you to maybe discuss real estate, even if not. Every so often, when you're sending them some or just having a mere discussion with them, you never know when real estate might come up. But if it don't, I mean, because you're continuously and consistently being in contact with them, then it will. But still, more than anything, staying top of mind. They will not forget. Even if it's not their time to buy or sell, you will be the first person that they mention to somebody else. Okay. And it's asking us, how did we feel about having the forward conversation with the sphere of influence? We didn't actually go over it because we've covered that before, so we know how that goes. Okay, now you're familiar with your sphere. It is time to become familiar with some tools you would need to maintain your database and launch your career. We will go over how to use command and the contents of the Ignite toolbox. By the end of the session, you will know how to enter a contact into command, and you will be familiar with all the resources available in the Ignite toolbox. And we're not going to stop to demonstrate how to put a contact in command, because the two of you that are on here, I already know you are familiar with putting a contact in a command. Okay. And that was the compliance do not call registry. Starting with your sphere, we went over the Ford method. How's the family? Are you still working? Are you still enjoying? That's the recreation. Did you even pursue that dream? And when you begin to share and ask people questions about certain things, they know you care, especially their families, and even just to ask them things that are going on with them. Okay.
For me, Ms. Vicky, that Ford method, it starts to become just the way that I talk now to people, I think. Because even just last week or week before last, I had a friend, they bought a house mid last year, but they didn't buy from me. They was already working with someone before I got into real estate. which is funny because I did sell the house 3 doors down from the one they sold.
Uh-huh.
But we were just talking the other week, and he was just like, how he loves his job, but he wanted something else. And so we started talking about occupation. I was like, hey, so what about real estate? I'm like, you're great for people's person. You do this, da da da. He's called Katie, so we may have someone starting real estate school soon. So
Oh, wow.
it's just one of those things that we haven't talked in a while. We started talking to each other, and now he's interested in real estate school.
And that's another thing, even with people that might not be ready to buy a sale, they might be getting ready to pursue a second career.
Yep.
And that's a win-win within itself.
Exactly.
And I noticed when I was going on Facebook Live, I noticed even with people that wasn't wanting to buy a sale, I had more people reaching out to me as to how do I get started into real estate. I got one girl that's actually starting this week. I got one that have finished. So I've had quite a few people to want to know, okay, I want to get into real estate. I want to sell houses. This is something that I've thought about for a while, and now I'm ready to pursue it. So it might not just be to buy or sell, but still, that's a win for us. When people come in and name us, there you're adding people to your profit share. So, and you talk to them about another thing that we offer that a lot of companies don't offer is the training program. Some people are so nervous about, okay, I finished school, I've taken my test, I've passed my test. Okay, now where do I go from here? Well, I don't even know how to begin to write a contract. I don't even know how to begin to even start a conversation about somebody that's ready to buy or sell. So that's another advantage that we have, the coaching program. And I'm telling you, y'all, it has just been such a blessing to me. And the reason I say it's been such a blessing to me is because I see so much growth. I see so much growth in you all. I see how you all are running your business like a business. I see that this is for real with you. I see where you want to go with it. So that has been such a blessing to me. So I'm just thankful for, even as I do this, even with teaching Ignite, even with the coaching, I'm even learning some things even more. So I'm really thankful for that. Anybody got anything that they want to
Yeah.
add to that?
Yeah, Ms. Vicky, on this, in reference to the Ford, using the Ford, I actually got a buyer off of a referral the other day, and I did a phone consult, and really it was just natural to implement the Ford because, and I actually, to be honest, I really didn't realize what I was doing or how I was talking, but it just came out like that because she's actually she travels around. She's in Seattle right now, and her family is here. Her daughter and her grandchild here in Montgomery, and her parents, they're in Huntsville, and so that really just came out. I just started talking about her family, and and then she started talking about her job. And so we kind of went into that. She talked about how she loves it and how she's doing samples for the COVID-19, how she's doing that and how overwhelming it's been. And so we kind of got into it, and and we just went down, the list. It just opened up like that. I didn't really have to think about it.
Right.
It makes people feel more personable rather than just straight business. It makes them open up to you, and you learn so much more.
It does. And it's a flow that's so natural that they don't say, okay, they asking me all of this
Right.
to get to what they really want to say. Because if you ask them that, you don't have to get to saying anything. They'll get to saying it because of your care and concern.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Okay. The Ignite Toolkit has, and I'm sure you've all had access to the toolkit file. You can have a print, it's available printed copy and just an electronic file. The items on the toolkit are just some of the items we need for us to allow our business to be successful. The resource job aid. This is a table with a list of resources with a description and explanation of the contents and where to find the resources. There's also a blank table that can be used to in the market center. The 10-4 success list is a form along a daily 10-4 along with spaces for you to write your daily success list. The 411 is a goal setting tool, and that's one of the tools that we use when we first get into real estate here at Keller Williams. So because goal setting is big with us, we know that when we set our goals and we're looking at them, we're more apt to put them in action. Okay. So the 411 is a goal setting tool. It begins with identifying your annual goal and then moving to set monthly and weekly goals. That's why they call it the 411, 4 weeks for a month and every month to reach your annual goal. The buyer lead sheet is a form to help you uncover if a buyer is able, willing, and ready to purchase a home. It's a tool for pre-qualifying a potential buyer. Reviewing home job list. This is a form that you can bring with you when you preview homes, guide you through what type of things to look for when looking at homes. A pre-listing questionnaire, and the things that I'm going over is things that are in the toolkit. Pre-listing questionnaire. This tool helps you to determine a seller's motivation and establish a plan for a productive appointment with a seller. Okay. A script book. Scripts help build confidence and develop purposeful language to communicate with clients. Every day we will engage in script practice and use scripts as we make calls during our daily success habit time. Okay. Any ahas from what we just went over as far as with the things in the toolkit? Now I'm gonna say this for me. Script practice, oh my God, I'm telling you, if I don't have any of them down, I got them down to get listings. And I've been told so many times that I like your confidence. And I can just, when I leave, I'm just really just blown away as to when you get these scripts down, it flows. People hear the confidence. It brings out their motivation. When they, I mean, you know, you like, okay, I want to do this. I practice my scripts. And when they say, I want to list with you, I like your confidence. I've had that happen to me 2 times with for sale by owners. And the first one, I was so nervous because he was asking me all these questions. And, you know, one thing that I remember, the person asked the questions, they're in control. So I was a little nervous. But I began to tell him why he wanted to list with me, why for being a for sale by owner was not what he wanted to do. And when we finished that conversation, as nervous as I was, he told me, I like your confidence. I was like, within myself, and he lists with me. And I'm going to tell you, he lists with me for 90 days. The list, Gerald, this is the house that we did the open house at. The listing expired. He went back to for sale by owner. I want you to know, he called me back. He called me back to list it again. I actually have it listed now. And the thing is, I'm like, wow. Because most of the time, and what that said to me was, he know that I did what I could to get it sold. He know we marketed and everything. He knew he needed to come down off the price. So it was a price thing. So he had to come to a conclusion that he was going to lower the price. And he has. And we did get an offer on it. They were still a little too low. You know, sometimes, you know, people just still come low. But it was really good. And when he called me back, it let me knew that he knew I had did my part. It was something he needed to do. And he was like, okay, if I'm going to list and I'm going to do my part, I'm going to list with Vicky. So I was thankful for that. Okay. Right. All right. Ignite consists of learning modules and daily success habits. The first 2 weeks of Ignite, what we've already talked about, is so we can get an appointment within 30 days. And then the elementals is so we can get it to closing. Anybody else had any ahas? I just had to share that one about the
I know for me, it, like I said, it's the compliments from the buyers and sellers. Like even the other day, remember I was in the office before the holidays,
Right.
and the call came in, and you gave me that referral. Well, I'm working with her. We put an offer on one. It got accepted, but the inspection came back horrible, so we had to get out of that one.
Okay.
But we're still working, and for her to just, she's constantly telling me how much she appreciates me, and she feels I'm going above and beyond.
Oh wow.
And she was like, even this morning she called me, she's like, I just can't thank you enough, you're always helping me and sending me stuff and doing it. And but she didn't realize she's so easy. Like she had everything ready for me. She had all her ducks in a row ready for me. And I think what really did it, because you know she was having issues with her dad, has health issues and all that. She's power of attorney over him. And she let me know that he was getting out of the rehab last week. And I just made sure to have a little basket, you know, something. It cost me $10 for her to get him home. And she was just like, how not even her family, you know, just little stuff like that just helps. So it's, you know, getting to know your clients is a big thing. Being personable, not making it all about business.
It is. And that's the thing. That's a spark within itself when you hear your client say, I'm just so thankful for you, for your patience. You going above and beyond. I know I wasn't that easy to deal with, but you never made me feel like it. That right there give you a whole nother energy to be able to go or feel like I'm willing to go the extra mile. That's a spark within itself. That
and like I said, she didn't realize how easy she's made me. If I ask her to do something, she's on it. Like she was pre-approved that night. Everything was lined up except for the house just wasn't right. But I tried it. She was rushing it. And so I'm kind of glad it didn't go through. And so now I was able to slow her down and let's get to what you're really wanting to get into.
Right. And that's the thing too. You all see how this is helping you all, how this has gave you understand exactly why what we do is needed and where it's taking you. You see what I'm saying? And I do. I've really kind of nailed down on what it is that why people don't want to miss this stuff,
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Everybody is not, and that's how I am, and that's how I've always, even with me being in dialysis, I've always wanted people, if they came in and they were hired on, I wanted them to get it. But dialysis wasn't for everybody. Some people think they want something, but they're not willing to put the work in to get it done.
Mhm.
And it's going to take work to get this done for the simple reason. It's realtors out there that are willing to get in the face of these people. If you're not willing to get in the face of these people and saying who you are, this what I bring to the table, this is why you should use me, because I'm reading a book right now that Adam gave us for Chris. No, he gave it to us when we had our ALC workshop. He gave us this book. It says starting with why. People will jump on board with you if they know why you're doing what you're doing. No matter how good the idea might sound. But if they know why you're doing what you're doing, it might not be something they even would have even thought about doing. But when they hear your why, they'll jump on board. And that has really resonated with me, because a lot of people don't care what you're doing, but they want to know why you're doing it. Because it might be a why that you're doing it that might cause them to feel something within that will cause them to get on board, or that will cause them to contribute to your why. And that really stuck out with me. So, I've been really reading that, and just like they were saying, Apple is not the only good people that put out good electronics, but it's their why behind why they do what they do. So I really like that, and it's really been good for me. And just even with and this is something that I want to share with you all. I'm not going to do it today because I have been very proactive with setting up our group meetings, and I do want you all to know, don't be confused when we don't have them, because you do know other things take precedent over our group meetings. Because just like with us doing Ignite, we won't have group sessions, because Ignite is basically the same thing that I would talk about in group sessions or invite somebody to talk about in group sessions. So this is, and anything that the Market Center is doing. And I try to keep you all reminded, and I do want you all to know if it's probably going to be in a group text for the next few weeks, because I'm not going to be on Facebook for a few minutes. And God is doing some things, and I gotta let him do what he do, and I know I ain't gonna miss nothing from Facebook if I allow him to do what he do. So most of the communication is going to be via our group text. Okay. Mm-hmm. You all have any questions about anything, or anything you want to share with me?
Mine is just I'm excited. This is the reason I wanted to come back and do this, is just for what I got today and what I get every time I get on here.
And
It's always something,
it
and
is.
I appreciate it.
It's always something. Even with me, Jared, I see the something, because I've been able to purposely look over materials that each person is going to teach, because I want to purposely know and purposely be able to digest it, not just haphazardly jumping on these calls and just listening just to be a participant. I want to actively, purposely be involved. So, and like I said, I learned something every time too, because even as I was looking over it yesterday, it was just so simplified because I was being proactive with the
Mhm.
information and really hearing what I'm reading. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can be so all over the place, got so much on our plate that it's almost looking like slop because because you got too much. If we focus on one good thing, and though I'm really excited. I'm really excited about Ignite, and I'm excited about our group calls because even with all the information, we got everything we need right at hand, and I want to utilize it with our with what it is that we got available, and with our group calls and everything that we're doing. I'm even excited about the ALC Council and the ones of us that's on it. Everybody is so willing, and what they're doing is it's a zeal for them. So when you're doing something and you have a heart desire to do it, you're gonna give it your all because it's not like a task or a job to you. This is what I want to do. Yeah. So I'm excited, and I'm excited for you all because I do. I just, y'all just think, okay, it's just Jerry and Shakira. I'm telling you, showing up means so much.
Yeah.
It really does.
I like you said, I'm just excited about this year. I'm excited, about all of us. I just, like you said, I don't know what it is. I just feel something that's coming over us, and I'm just ready. I'm ready to go with it. I'm just ready.
Yeah. And when you're ready, that means you're in position.
Yeah.
So when the ball is thrown,
I'm
you on
catching.
alert. Yes. And you can run with it.
Yep. So I'm just excited for all of us.
I am. I'm here if y'all need me.
Alrighty.
All right, y'all go work. Have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Same you all. Have a good one.
All right.
You too.
You too.